Hey guys, welcome to the mid-season premiere, or the premiere of Season 2, whichever one you want to do, of Film Talk Fridays on Mondays. I'm your host, Joey Katz, and today, for our very first episode of the new season, we're going to show a really impressive, no, I won't say it. I don't want to name names, or I don't want to put it above everything else. I'll hurt some feelings. But a very impressive, very incredible student film by Magnus. It's called Sal and the Goon. And we're going to show half of it, but hopefully you'll be able to watch the rest of it eventually. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. So without further ado, here is Sal and the Goon by senior student here at SUNY Purchase, Magnus.
When you've run away, and you've gone down the road a while, you think a lot about what this all means, this life. Mr. Truth taught me a lot about the world. He didn't teach me perfectly, but because of him, I am forever changed.
Hi, excuse me, sir. Do you think I'd be able to do some work for a meal?
You asking for free food?
Well, no, it wouldn't be free. I'd be trading my time for it.
Your time? You're wasting mine. Either you pay for your
Hey,
food...
Connie! What is the problem? I'm trying to eat here.
This boy is trying to get free food.
Well, then get him some.
Okay, Billy.
No, sir, that's really all right. Thank you.
I insist.
Listen, Billy, we're gonna be going back now. hurry, you shithead. You left the door open. Shut up. Get him in the chair. Well, you know what they say. What goes around comes around. Billy?
Somebody's here.
Johnny, you're full of shit. That's what I do know. I'm not doing it. You are. I wouldn't be surprised if he blows his own head off.
I tell you, there's some.
What is that? Come out here. What's your name?
Sal.
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 All right, Sal. Listen, we're just gonna walk outside and talk, okay? Is that right with you, Sal? Come on.
He's just a kid.
He saw us kill him, Billy. You gonna back out of this?
I won't tell. Please, no. Come on. Please, no. Come on. No. Get off of me.
Get out of here.
What?
Get the fuck out of here before I change my mind.
What are we doing?
You're gonna drive me. You're gonna drive.
No, get in the car, man. Get in. Come on.
sir.
What?
Where am I going?
I need to go home. My old home.
Where is that?
It's far. Where would you go, boy? If you left me here right now, where the fuck would you go?
No. See, I was.
Shut up. You were gonna take a pee, right? Yeah. Get in the fucking car and drive. Just drive. Just drive.
So, what can I call you? Billy? William? Your boss called you Billy, so I just...
William.
How long have you been killing people for a living?
Stop! Okay!
Never talk to your elders like that. Especially ones who kill people for a living. You know nothing. Do you know that right now? You know nothing.
Okay. I never met my dad.
I don't want to hear about it. Let's go. Come on. Let's drive. Don't turn the motor off. Okay, listen, I want you to go in there and get me a couple of bottles of water, some gauze, and an ace bandage, and a bottle of betadine.
Betadine?
You got that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, here. Make it fair, okay? I'll be watching you.
Hi. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Billy, what do you say you just meet me with a kid? You there? Look, you can't go back home, Billy. You just can't. So either you die a fucking coward, or you die a man.
Sorry. You can answer that?
bag.
Give me the bag.
The pliers in my coat. The breast pocket. Okay. You fucker! Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh, you got...
Alright, welcome back guys. Hope you enjoyed the film. I certainly did. With me is the director and writer? Yeah, right. Alright. Magnus Deal.
Hello. Should I be looking at the lens?
I don't know, it's okay.
Okay.
It's all good. It's very loose.
Yeah.
We're all friends here.
Well, thanks for bringing me on.
Yeah, no problem. So we talked a lot before we did the show.
Yeah.
And we basically had our own episode.
Yeah.
Which no one will ever see, ever. But the thing that, I mean, probably gonna repeat a lot of stuff, but they don't know, but I just told them. But one of the things that really excites me and makes me really excited to be here at Purchase is when I see a student film that I can tell, or that I can't tell is made by a student. You know, like it's like above, it's like so beyond like the idea of a student film, you know? I think this film, I mean, people watching it only got to see half of it, but I think you can see for yourself that it's really a really high quality production. I mean, like,
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We could spend the next 30 minutes me just doing that.
I mean, you know, I think that whenever there is students coming to visit this school for film, since I've been here, I've always kind of, at one side of me is like, wants to tell them there are better film schools out there that have better equipment and have better facilities and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a half of me that wants to tell them that, and there's the other half that wants to tell them like this place can really help you grow, because the only way you're going to end up a good filmmaker is if you put out your own effort completely separate from what is required from you by the professors.
Definitely.
And just treat every film you make like your film and not like your student film that is an assignment that's due a certain date and all that. And so whenever someone's like, I'm working on my senior film or whatever, or I'm junior film,
should just be like a film.
It's my film. It's not my junior film. It's my next film that I'm working on.
Definitely.
And I try to look at it in that light.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean that's basically, that's always how I feel about stuff, and you know, this was the best film program I got into, and I've been just trying to take advantage of the people, not take advantage, but you know, take advantage of what's around me while I'm in the school.
Definitely. And I mean, it looks very, very like high budget, probably because it is. Like, what was it like, or if you have any stories, like raising money for this film and the experience in that?
Yeah, it was challenging. I made it Indiegogo to raise $4,500.
Wow.
And I raised $4,700.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
I
crazy.
raised the money, which was crazy because I hadn't used the Indiegogo stuff very much. I used it on my freshman film, but I raised way less. But yeah, I did put a lot of money in this film. Luckily, where we stayed and slept and ate and all that was all free because the location where the crew and the cast all stayed was actually a place that me and my parents used to go as a vacation for during New Year's.
All right, cool.
And so we know the people there. It's this monastery that we actually just stayed in bunks.
Wow. So
that cut costs. There were a lot of things I had to cut costs, including also taking a lot of equipment from here, which is free, and driving it out there.
Wow. And you filmed in New Mexico, right?
Yes.
That's cool. So like, what was that like doing the location scouting and all that stuff? Because I mean, New Mexico is like legendary for the scenery. I mean, like Breaking Bad, obviously, but like westerns and all that, like classic westerns have been shot there. Like, like?
You know, there's so much to choose from. It's almost kind of hard to actually like, you know, be like this place. But I had a week before New Year's of last year to location scout. I went out there early, and that whole week before the crew and cast showed up, I just location scouted all over, from places around Albuquerque to places outside of Santa Fe, as well as this place kind of in between up in the mountains, which is where we stayed, called Henna's Springs.
All right. I've never heard of it, but
all these places, you know, the sequence where he takes Sal out into the desert, that desert was actually part of BLM, Bureau of Land Management, and it's actually a place where they've shot some scenes from Breaking Bad and stuff like that. And then there was another location. There's 2 other locations in the film, which were locations that John Ford shot stuff like way back in the day.
That's really.
But most of the locations were either found from locals or just me driving around.
Cool. So you're saying like the locals actually like helped you out?
Yeah,
stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
There was just several locals that are actually in the film too.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
the gentleman with the long hair is a local. He's a good friend of ours, as well as the bartender, and anyone that's in the pharmacy besides Sal. There's a bunch of places. Spots.
It's really like the scenery is like holy shit. But what were you in charge of cinematography, or did you hire, did you have other people?
Yeah, most of the crew was from SUNY Purchase Film School. Most of them are all from the program.
Cool.
The cinematographer was Dior Rodriguez. She actually is she is a cinematographer. Very talented, mainly with actually like documentary type stuff, but she's good at everything. She mainly shoots stuff though with natural light. She's very talented at that, especially.
And that's a really great place to do that, right?
Right. So that I shot some of the first beginning sequences, some of the car stuff, but she shot most of the film. The only reason I did that was because half my crew actually was delayed beginning of last January because of the snowstorm here in New York. They weren't allowing planes to take off.
Wow.
So,
crazy.
But yeah, all the crew member it wasn't people I hired because I didn't have the budget for that. So.
And I mean the actors too. You were saying that your dad is William, right? The main guy. That's it's really you're really lucky to have such a talented guy.
Yeah.
I mean, like as your father.
I mean, he's part of the. I give almost all credit for becoming a filmmaker to him, except for the fact that, going on sets when I was little for some of his stuff is what got me excited about it.
Yeah.
I was always interested, even without his influence, but. That's what really made me realize that it's like a career option, even though it's still kind of not at the same time.
But
it's hard to get into.
Yeah, but it is really. It's like I remember when I was looking at colleges. I'm in cinema studies, but I wanted to direct movies. Then I realized I didn't really I was having trouble. Whatever. That's a different episode. But. That's the mental breakdown episode. But it's really the fact that there are film schools and that is a thing that you can do, that it's crazy. I mean like that it's just crazy to me that that's a job.
Yeah.
Like, not in a bad way, but that, like, you can do that. I mean, it is, like you said, it's really difficult to get into.
To actually get into it and be in, and not, just torture yourself with overworking yourself into the ground without any pay or any real producer or anything like
But that, so this was, Sound Lagoon was your junior film.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you working on like anything like I guess ambitious would be the word. I think because I think it's a really professional, like, amazing film. All right. Yeah.
No, I really appreciate it, man. It's nice to hear because it was hard to make, and even if it does have problems, it does have its own problems, But every film does.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, what are you working on now?
I actually have shot 65% of or around 65%.
Is that the mathematical?
Yeah, around there. We have to tell the percentage of how much we've shot in class to our professors.
You just make shit up.
Kind of.
Like, it's like 82.
I'm just ballparking it. No, I've shot like 65% of my senior film, which was, a lot of it was inside this plexiglass cube that we built in the soundstage.
Huh.
Yeah, so
Very cool.
there is a project I'm in the middle of editing right now.
Cool.
That will be hopefully somewhat ready to show in April. We're going to be screening our film in April, April 28th or so, and then also screening it again a little later in April, maybe early May, in the Jacob Burns Center.
Oh, really?
The theater, and my film will be there as well as the rest of the senior films.
That's big.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll have my film ready.
Yeah, you will. It's 65% done, right?
Yeah, but the Sound Lagoon, the final product that I showed, or the final project, like film that I showed at the end of the year last year, wasn't actually the final version that you're watching now. The final version that you're watching now, I finished like early September.
Huh. So there's still
over the
more?
Summer I was coloring and sound.
So
design.
Is it like the same length? Is it like
As
still
it
like
was.
30 minutes? Like around 30 minutes, or is there like more stuff?
The version you just watched is the newest version. That is the version.
Alright.
But the version before that was like 33, 34 minutes, a little longer, and with no music, no sound design, no color correction, a lot of other little detailed stuff that wasn't there.
So,
and it was originally, the film was actually originally an hour and 5 minutes. My first cut that I showed last year was, that was my first cut that I showed. So
that's good. Maybe we'll see it.
I had to kill a lot of babies.
Really?
Or, you know what I mean, like kill a lot of things that I didn't want to keep.
You have to kill 65% of them.
Right, yeah. All the things that I looked at, like my baby, is what I meant.
There you can release a extended cut.
Yeah, right.
For the true fans.
Bore people to death.
But it really feels very, in a good way, because I mean, there's only good to come from this. But it feels Cormac McCarthy.
Yeah. And you guessed that, and it's very true. I've had a very big influence from reading only 3 Cormac McCarthy books. The only ones I've read are Blood Meridian, which is my favorite, and then The Road, and then No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
But then I've also like read about him, and I'm a huge fan of like westerns and 70s road movies as well, just like 70s road movies. Cool. Paris, Texas is another huge one. But to go straight to what you're asking. Yeah. Sorry.
It's all good.
It's all good. Straight to what you're asking. It was a huge influence, and where I really got the story was the summer before I had gone to New Mexico, and I started, when I was driving from New Mexico back home, I started really thinking about what it would be like to make a movie about, someone who's so bad, who's so like, internally fucked up that they feel the need to, redeem themselves in some way because of all the things they've done, kind of. And I just wanted to make a character. I wanted you to be able to like a character that was as bad as William's character, could potentially be, but still have some kind of sympathy for someone like that.
Yeah.
My main thing was juxtaposing a youthful person that hadn't become like this kind of monster, and juxtapose that with this person who's kind of in this like, on this really fine line between being really,
like really was just rotten and
and being somewhat redeemable.
Yeah, I think those are all. I think villains. I don't think he's really
the
a villain.
anti-hero.
Yeah, the anti-hero. There you go.
Yeah.
Those are always the most interesting movies.
That's really
I mean, like my top two, because that matters. My top two favorite films are like The Godfather and There Will Be Blood, which are focused on
an anti-hero.
Yeah,
completely.
because they're always the more complicated
characters.
And,
and so I kind of started writing with my dad in mind immediately for his role.
He looks the part. I mean, like I can't think of anyone else, right? Like, yeah.
The other actors I auditioned for, but I just like basically wrote it for him.
That's cool.
Because I just feel the need to work with my dad a little bit, because he's, he also comes in and out of work. Sometimes he just doesn't have work at all, and
he's
acting still.
He's still acting, like
he still acts. Yeah, he's
cool.
been acting for like 34 years or something now.
Wow.
Or 33 years.
Awesome. That's very cool. But yeah, it's really just a really impressive. Really, like it made me like I just kept watching it and like I just kept pausing. So John Richardson, he's the PR guy for PTV.
I recognize the name.
He's got the beard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He for the promotional stuff for the show, he does like screenshots. But I ended up doing like screenshots just like out of habit, because I'm like, oh god, that's a good shot. Like there's this one shot where William is kind of just standing there with the gun in his hand. I think it's after. Oh my god, I forgot. It's this really good scene. They're in the desert.
It's right before he gets shot.
It's right before he gets shot. Yeah, and it's just like him kind of just like standing with the gun. It's just like it's not really like the sunset is very. It's just like
when you have dawn.
Yeah.
It was like right at breaking.
When you have like something, when you have nature as your setting, it makes things so complicated. Like complicated in a good way.
Yeah.
Right. Like because you can't really reproduce that, and it's really. I mean, I'm guessing every night in New Mexico or every dawn or whatever looks like amazing like that. I mean, maybe 65%.
It does. It does. And well, I actually had to go out there 2 times to shoot that stuff.
Really?
Or some of it, because in the script I wanted it to be, and I originally wrote this in prose, by the way, and then I translated it into a script.
Huh.
And that was not last summer, but the summer before last summer.
That's very Cormac McCarthy.
Yeah, I wanted to write it in prose, and but in the original script and in the story, it's that the sun rises during the gunfight.
Huh.
And so when we went there, if the sun literally goes from night to like blue early morning to like sun up in the gunfight. But obviously that was just really hard to do. So there was a lot of color correcting that we had to do, because once the sun was up, it was up, and there's nothing you can do about it. So we were really hauling ass that day. There was also another thing to just say is that like what we went through to make that film was insane in terms of the stress levels, the actual physical, the cold out in the desert. It's actually, desert seems like it's not that cold, but it's cold as shit out there. And there's lots of stuff, and my crew really stuck by my side, which was really great. And we wouldn't have done it if it was just some random people that I would just had hired, even if I was paying them. Yeah. Because it's just, well, we would have, but with more days, spreading the schedule out.
How long did it take to film?
Well, I was out there for a good long time, but we shot about 10 days in the desert, and then we shot 2 days here in New York. The final sequence, which you don't see because we cut halfway through the film, but the final sequence is actually in a trailer park in New York.
Cool. So. Very cool. It really, I mean, like, I didn't register that it was in New York. Like, it kind of just like zoned in, like it felt like
it's supposed to not necessarily be New Mexico, because they do drive for a night.
I thought it was like,
so I was thinking
like
it's
Oregon,
Ohio or something, or Oregon.
I don't know. I just thought
wherever it's
just not New Mexico. But it's a world of its own. It's very cool. But I think that's it. I mean,
I mean, we've covered a lot.
I think if we talked more, it would just end up being
boring.
like, oh my god!
But I
so
love
great.
talking about it with you
Yeah.
because I haven't really ever gotten a chance to talk about it really.
Really?
Well, I have and I haven't. You know,
Alright.
I've been able to talk about it in terms of just like people I've worked with on it and people who've seen it and some of my peers.
Alright.
I have several peers that I really you know, love and rely on completely in terms of advice and that kind of stuff. But I didn't get that much, you know. I submitted this film to like 20 film festivals. It's gotten into one so far. It went in the Big Apple Film Festival. But aside from that,
I mean,
hasn't
at least
gotten
you got
very much
one.
coverage.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
hasn't
better than
gotten-
nothing.
It's true.
I mean,
Yeah, it
I'm
is
trying
better
to
than
sound.
It is better
saying
than
that it kind of sounds.
No, I know what you mean. It's
but
just.
I'm trying to be.
But for the amount of work that was put into it, I was really pushing for it.
Yeah.
And it still might do something later on, but it's just one of those films that's in between the short film and a full feature, full length feature, that it's like kind of in the middle, which makes it kind of hard to get into festivals.
Yeah.
Because it's just like kind of
like 45 minutes is usually the limitation, right? I think like 45.
No, certain festivals, all festivals do it differently. There's
Oh.
the festivals that do submit, you can submit either a feature or a short, and then sometimes the shorts will either can't be longer than 10 minutes, some of them can't be longer than 30, you know, or not longer than 35.
It's the institution, man.
Yeah.
Trying to screw you over.
Yeah, and I've gotten plenty of emails where they say, thank you so much for submitting. They spend a huge amount of the email wasting my time, and then at the very bottom it's like, but we couldn't let you, we couldn't accept your film at the festival.
Have you screened it at It was your junior film, so you.
I screened it last year once. It was an okay turnout.
Alright.
I would have loved to screen it again.
You could do a retrospective.
Something like that.
That and the senior film. I would be there. I'll watch
Thank
it.
you, man. Thank you for enjoying it.
And you should too, if that ever happens. But yeah, Magnus, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's nice.
Yeah,
nice meeting
can't
you
wait to see more of your stuff in the
Thank
future.
you.
Yeah. All right, and thank you guys for watching the very first episode, not the very first, but the first episode of Season 2, or the mid-season premiere of Season 1, whichever one you want to go with. I don't know. We're not The Walking Dead, so I mean, but yeah, make sure you stick around. You just watch PTV until next Monday, or actually next Sunday, hopefully, because we are gonna do a big Oscar panel, hopefully. But yeah.
Talk about Tyler Durden.
Yeah, we're gonna just talk about Brad Pitt. We're not actually gonna talk about the Oscars.
Things you won't end up owning you and stuff like that.
Yeah, just I have no response to that. I don't know. But yeah, make sure you guys stick around. Catch our episode on Sunday. It's gonna be a big Oscar pre-game, post-game thing. It's gonna be like football, but with movies. Yeah, right. It's good.
That's right in my alley.
Yeah, we got one viewer here. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week, or 6 days, whatever. Sorry. We'll see you next week on another Film Talk Fridays on Mondays. See you later.